Hi, my name's Irene and I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in April of 2019. In hindsight, I had signs and symptoms for some time, but as usual, you just write it off as being tired, stressed, dehydrated or whatever. I remember being down in Melbourne for work and I just had this headache that even a double espresso couldn't shake. I was dizzy and lightheaded, and I remember one morning waking up and I had to hold on to the walls to stay upright. And a couple of weeks later, when I was back in Sydney, it got worse and I had blurred vision, and then I lost function of my left eye entirely. And it was then that I went and got a brain MRI and it was diagnosed that I had MS. I was born in the western suburbs of Sydney to Greek immigrant parents. I'm one of 5 kids, and let's say I had a very ethnic upbringing. I did the Greek dancing, the Greek school, you name it, I did it. My parents both worked really hard in the family business. It was a fish and chip shop, of course. And so from a very young age, I was taught the value of hard work and determination and getting involved. I'm very grateful to have grown up in a very large extended family, and so there was never a dull moment. I didn't really know what I wanted to do after I finished school. I guess I fell into physiotherapy, but I must have liked it because 20 years later I'm still in the sector. And I work alongside my ex-husband, which is a challenge unto itself, but we share a gorgeous 9-year-old son called Justin. And currently I'm the director and co-founder of Physio Inq. I remember sitting in the doctor's office when he pulled the MS card, and I was just in shock and disbelief. I always had considered myself to be a healthy person, so the idea of potentially being in a wheelchair just completely terrified me. It took me over 8 months to recover from that flare-up. I remember having clients over the years who used to describe the lethargy and the fatigue that they feel with having MS, and I thought I understood it, but I honestly had no idea how debilitating it could actually be. But I'm extremely lucky to have been diagnosed with MS when I was. So many of the medications and treatments that are available today weren't available to so many of the clients that we see and support every day at Physio Inq. I would love to say that I've changed my work habits since being diagnosed with MS, but that really isn't the case. I don't really work any less. But it really has changed my perspective on the work that I do every day, and I just love it that much more. When I first got diagnosed with MS, I think everyone has this insatiable desire for as much information as possible. A few resources that I found helpful was Dr. Terry Wall's Protocol. She has a diet that she developed after being wheelchair bound, and she found that she was able to walk just by modifying her diet alone. Overcoming MS is another book which was extremely helpful, and they have an online resource. And the MS Australia website was also really handy. Personally, what worked for me was to really fiddle around with my diet. I found cutting out gluten, sugar, dairy at times was really helpful. I also found I just compartmentalised my life down to my 6 monthly MRIs, and I was just going for no new lesions. So using those as my marker points was really helpful. I think having MS changed my view of having a diagnosis. I think historically the word implies that you're sick or you're disabled, and it really is quite disempowering. I'd really hope to show that my journey is something different, that this perceived adversity is actually an opportunity for you to overcome something and forms part of a unique story. I think if I can lead by example and inspire others to do the same, then that's pretty cool.